I created 6 absurd movie plots, put together a list of the 6 most influential directors of the modern era, and also 6 poison pill caveats that have to be attached to each film. Then I invited my friend over on stream to mix and match these elements together and create 6 films that he had to pitch to chat. Did any of these films actually turn out to be a good idea? I don't know. Let's see. We streamed this a few months back, but I finally got done putting the edit together, so without further ado, roll the VOD edit. All right, so we're calling this game Directionless. I don't have a great name for it, but I'll explain the game in a sec. But who are these directors?
Okay, so we got Ryan Coogler, right? We got Greta Gerwig, who she had a really good movie called Nights and Weekends. That was the first movie that I saw of hers. First off, love that we got two black directors on here, man. That's dope. Because I can count all the black directors that I know. Jordan Peele, man, got that hit. And Get Out. And then he had I'm actually Us is my favorite film of his.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen Us?
I like Get Out more, but I haven't actually seen Nope yet.
And then my guy Denis Villeneuve.
Yes.
Denis Villeneuve, who I think was kind of robbed at the Oscars because everything around his film got nominated except for him.
Right. Yeah.
And then the director's director. Definitely one of the reasons why I wanted to pursue this career. I saw Pulp Fiction at one of my best friend's older brother's house like years ago, maybe almost 15, 20 years ago at this point.
Arguably the 6 most relevant directors right now.
Yeah.
And also, each of them have, I feel like, a unique style,
Absolutely,
a unique vibe, and they're all great. Like, in my opinion, none of these directors have misses. Do you have any idea what I'm going to ask you to do with these 6 directors here?
Are you going to ask me to rank them?
No.
Okay, because that's impossible.
Right. What we're going to do is I have devised 6 pitches for movies.
And you see who directs them?
And so we have 6 pitches. All of them are ridiculous.
Okay.
None of them are probably projects that any of these directors would want to do. But I need you to pair the director with the project, and then we're going to spin the wheel here.
Okay.
And
this is elaborate.
It is, but I think it'll end up being.
Is there a right answer?
No. So the wheel will give a debuff to the film. So there'll be like one poison pill that you have to include with the film.
Okay.
You get I'll give you 2 respins. Okay. But know that there's 6 debuffs. So if you respin it, some other director is gonna have to take that debuff.
Okay. I'm gonna have to learn this in practice because this is elaborate. It sounds fun though.
First, I'll show you the film concepts.
Okay.
So the first one is a coming-of-age story about a trash can who does not want to follow in the family business of holding trash. But the movie is not animated. It cannot be an animated film.
Dear God. Okay. So, I kind of already know who directs that one.
Okay. The next one is going to be an adaptation of the game Pong, but it cannot be a tennis or sports movie. And it can't be a movie about the making of Pong. It's got to be an artistic interpretation of the concept of Pong.
What is the concept of Pong? Going back and forth? That could be so subjective.
I mean, well, you can...
We already have that movie. It's called Challengers.
You said it can't be a tennis movie.
Okay.
Yeah,
it can't be a tennis movie.
No, it can't be a tennis movie. It can't be a sports movie. It can't be about the making of Pong. It's, you got the 2 white lines, the ball going back and forth, but you can interpret it however you want. The studio is like, video game adaptations are super hot. Pong is one of the most important video games ever made. We got to make a movie about Pong, but it can't be a sports movie. They'll see that coming a mile away.
Okay.
So
why are all the movie studios like 1920s grifters?
It's one of the few voices I know how to do. The next one, a surgeon who somehow passes med school using ChatGPT and now has to actually perform his responsibilities at work. The movie must escalate to performing more serious life or death surgeries. Okay. A boardroom meeting about increasing shareholder value. The whole movie must take place on one floor of an office building.
Okay.
A New York DJ/electronic artist whose music magically only sounds good if they get into a fist fight within an hour of performing. Recordings of music don't work. The spell is only cast if he's mixing it live. So, think of this as like a monkey paw situation. The DJ in question made a wish, and the wish was for people to like his music. His music is terrible. He was like, he wanted people to like his music. And the monkey paw situation is the music doesn't actually get better, but people's perception of it changes, but only if he gets into a fist fight an hour before performing. Okay. So he also has the hurdle of if you listen to it on SoundCloud or on the radio, it's still garbage. Like if you hear it, you're like, this is the worst music I've ever heard. But if you hear him live, it's crazy. He has to keep up the thing of he has to get into a brutal fist fight before each performance. How he gets into the fights, you know, is up for interpretation.
Okay.
And then the final one, I actually do like this film concept, but I was like,
Where
oh,
did you come up with these? Is this ChatGPT?
No, last night I just
This is just off the dome.
yeah, like it's 2 hours brainstorming
Interesting,
ideas.
man. Wow. Thank you for not using ChatGPT.
Well, yeah, I hate it. And the last one, I actually do really like this film idea, but I was like, fuck it, I'll throw it in here anyway. A person is granted immortality, but only for the causes of death that they inflict on someone else who is undeserving of the fate. So, for example, if they drown someone, they can never die from drowning. However, they can't drown or murder someone who deserves it. So he can't like just drown rapists or drown murderers. He has to kill relatively innocent people in order to acquire that immortality. So if he stabs someone to death, he can never be stabbed to death. If he shoots someone, he can never be shot to death.
That's a quandary.
The problem for this is you also have to somehow make this main character likable to the audience. That's the challenge of it. So all of these have like a little bit of a caveat to them.
Okay.
And so I want you to
Assign a director.
assign a director, and what you're going to be doing is you're going to be pitching this to the chat. So you're going to be like, you got to sell chat that this movie is going to be an enjoyable movie to watch.
Okay.
Like that these are going to be like these are going to be good movies.
Okay.
I want you to go into like the angle you think they take on them, why this director, and who you would cast in the lead role for this.
Okay.
So casting, anything else about the film, totally up to you.
Okay.
So, and then, like I said, after you pair a director with the concept, we're going to spin for the debuff.
Okay.
You get 2 respins, but just remember that debuff's going to have to go to somebody else if you don't take it for whoever you're pairing it up with.
Gotcha. The coming of age story about a trash can who does not want to follow in the family business of holding trash, not animated. I'm going to give that to Greta.
Okay.
Because I feel like that is a concept that she would do great in.
Okay.
And I feel like, given the practical nature in which Barbie was created, she would be able to create a world of whimsy that makes this work.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right.
Because even though it's not animated, I feel like there's a lot of things we could do with like stop motion, and there's just things that you could do with like puppetry and just practical effects that would give a almost kind of Muppet quality
to
this world.
You know what? I like it. I actually do think she's a good
And
fit
I
for
think
it.
she would do great with that.
And she's good at coming of age stories?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And I feel like she would have a great kind of spin on making people entertained by like watching garbage.
Okay.
And I don't mean garbage like filmmaking, but literal garbage. So I would give that to Greta.
Okay. Chat's requesting that you cast Danny DeVito as a trash can.
See, okay, so I wouldn't cast Danny DeVito as the trash can, but I would cast him as like
maybe the dad.
I would cast Danny DeVito as like a older dumpster that's about to be like decommissioned.
Okay, all right.
You know what I mean? And he is kind of like a voice of wisdom for the trash can, who I would make the trash can like my gut is telling me that the trash can is like voiced by a female.
Okay, all right.
Like maybe like my gut is saying like Scarlett Johansson.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because everybody's always so like associates her with like, I feel like she could make a trash can.
Right. It's like kind of
endearing.
like subverting your expectations.
Right. I feel like she could make a trash can very endearing.
Yeah.
And she could make you root for the trash can.
Okay.
So I would cast her as the trash can.
Okay.
And since she has the Colin Jost connection with SNL, I would have some of the cast members of SNL voice different pieces of trash.
Okay, all right.
You know what I mean? So like Bowen Yang would be like an empty milk carton.
Okay.
Or like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know anybody else's name off the top of my head, but like I would just make those the trash. And then you would also you could also just have other celebrity cameos just playing one-off pieces of garbage that kind of come through the movie.
Okay, all right, yeah.
So yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
A side story about forbidden romance and recycling bin? Possibly.
There you go.
All right, so now you're going to spin the wheel.
Okay.
And then the color actually coordinates to, I have it written down because it was just too much to write on the wheel.
Okay.
So give it a spin.
This is so elaborate. I love it.
What is that? Red. The lead actor gets blackout drunk every day of shooting. They don't start blackout drunk, but by the end of the day, they are blackout drunk. So
Scarlett's getting drunk.
yeah, so she would that would be the debuff. That would be the problem.
So that's ScarJo. Well, ScarJo, damn.
Is now do you think Greta can work around this?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Because and here's the thing. The reason why we can work around this is because for the most part we only need her voice.
Okay.
She only needs to show up to do voiceover acting. So I feel like we can still get it done. You know, we just have to kind of work around her immediate stupor.
Yeah.
And once she sobers up a little bit, we can get.
And maybe the slurring of the words kind of gives the trash can like a little bit more personality.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right. I like that.
Yeah.
First one down.
There we go.
Okay.
Awesome.
Chat, are you watching this movie? Would you go see this movie?
Yeah. And
I would see this movie.
Yeah, I'd make it a cool like 100 minutes. Like
Okay.
It wouldn't be, you know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be nothing too long.
Turns out trash can is just
That would be a nice cool ending where you find out that the trash can like belongs to somebody that is like well known. Do we have to go in order? Or do
No.
okay.
You can now you can compare whichever one.
So the New York DJ electronic artist who magically only sounds good if they get into a fist fight within an hour of performing, I would give that to Ryan Coogler.
Oh, okay.
Because he already did something that is like music related, and I feel like he's on a original story kind of journey right now, and I feel like he could do a lot with this story, and I feel like it'd be something of like a like hard-boiled like action comedy.
Okay.
But kind of like he has the ability to bring a level of like prestige to like Sinners on the surface is a genre film. Like it's a vampire flick. What's dope about it and what makes people want to go back and see it again, I've seen it twice, is that there's so much beneath the surface of that makes you appreciate it on like a deeper level, because this is a very like surface plot. And I feel like there's a lot that he can speak on about like the price of making it and like what it means to like what are you willing to sacrifice to be liked by people. And I think there's a lot of duality, like in order to make somebody like you, you have to do something that makes somebody not like you. And I feel like there's
interesting.
a lot of
Okay.
duality that he could really crack open and explore with that. And just the New York DJ scene, like I would set this movie like in a time where like New York DJs are coming up. Like I wouldn't make this in 2025.
Okay,
like,
all right.
It wouldn't be set in 2025. It'd be set in like the birth of like, or like just after the birth of hip hop, when hip hop is becoming, you know, when it's leaving the park and it's starting to get into everybody's radios and stuff like that. I would set it around then, and like kind of like that Baz Luhrmann show that he did, the Get Down. It would be something like that.
Okay.
I would give that to
Cool.
Coogler.
How does he get these fist fights? How does he procure these before performing?
He's in New York, so it wouldn't be that hard.
Do you think he's just going out on the street and just starting a fight?
I think he's just going out there talking shit to people and just getting into these fist fights. And I think the choreography of these fights would be, I'm looking at like old school Jackie Chan films. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. And I think he's just starting shit with people. And maybe he starts to do something where like, because it's not like the guy who gets granted immortality, like he could start fist fights in the name of like saving people. You know what I mean? So maybe he starts just doing noble things, like he's about to go on do a set, and he's outside smoking a cigarette, and he's nervous because he knows his music is shitty, but he sees a woman getting mugged. So he's like, oh, perfect. I'm just going to go stop this woman from getting mugged. And then invite her in to listen to the greatest DJ set of her life. Like, you know what I mean? So,
Cool. Oh, dude, you actually got
I think just because him being in New York would make it very easy.
Yeah, you got me excited about this dumb concept.
Hey,
but
man.
will this ruin it?
Yeah, let's see.
Yep.
Ready?
If it lands on the same color again, we respin. Green. Okay, so green. Only $1 million budget.
Only $1 million budget. Easy.
Okay.
It's easy for this guy.
Okay.
You keep the location of one venue, and you make it about one DJ set, and you make it about, you know, you hear him kind of working at his home. You just keep the locations very singular.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So instead of him being like, I want to be a world famous DJ, it's about, I want to rock the house at this one particular club.
Okay.
Because once you make it here, you make it anywhere. And he knows his music is trash, so the story is about him trying to get to that one place and have that one DJ set. And so, yeah, you just keep the minimum. I feel like if anybody can do something with that little money, it's him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it'd probably be like a 90-minute, streamer, but yeah.
Cool. And then who are you casting as your lead? Keeping the $1 million budget in mind. So it'd either have to be someone who would do it for a low rate for Coogler, or someone who'd just be cheap in general.
I would cast, and chat, if you've seen Sinners, you know who I'm talking about, but I would cast, and I feel bad for not knowing this brother's name, but he was the guy who played opposite Michael B. Jordan. He was his cousin in the film. The guy who played the musician. I would cast him as the DJ because he's a relatively new. This was his first movie. Sinners was his first movie.
Oh, ever?
Yeah.
Cool.
Ever. And
whoa.
he has been just.
Any idea how he got on?
A great audition process.
Damn.
Had to learn how to play the banjo.
Cool.
For that, and I think he'd do Ryan a solid because Ryan gave him his first film opportunity.
Yeah. Great.
So I would cast him, and yeah.
I'm legitimately I really want to see this movie. I'm mad it's not real.
Yeah, everybody else would be a relatively unknown actor. I would also get because I'm thinking like Ryan, right? Michael B is gonna do a fucking cameo for free.
Sure, yeah.
That's my, that's my boy. So he's gonna show up in a scene.
Yeah.
For it, you know what I mean? That'll boost the fucking viewership.
Is it Miles?
It might be.
Miles, Chad, are we seeing this movie? I now I want to see this. I'm mad that both these movies are not real.
I think we a lot of that'll be riding on the Michael B cameo. Now I have to see if this is, because I gotta respect dude. Because he did a great job.
Also, if there's any movie execs out there that want to pay me.
It is Miles Catton, yes.
Cool.
So he would be the star. He would be the lead.
Any movie execs out there that want to pay me for these ideas?
Yeah, whoever's watching, man, you let them know.
Happy to sell.
Thank you, David. I appreciate that.
I'm happy to sell these scripts.
So that's who I would get to do that one.
Okay. What is next?
So the problem with these is Quentin Tarantino wouldn't do any of these movies.
No, but what's even better about it is it has to be his 10th movie. It has to be his last movie ever.
That would suck, man.
Specifically, one of the reasons I included him was because I was like, this has to be his last movie.
Would suck.
And all of these ideas were designed to be bad. Right. I'm impressed that you've already made two of them not exciting ideas.
The person granted immortality, but only cause of death that they can inflict on someone. I'm going to give that to Jordan Peele.
Ooh, okay.
Because you can make that a very interesting kind of also like horror comedy with some dramatic elements in there as far as making that person likable. And you said the people that he kills cannot deserve it.
Right, yeah. They've got to be relatively innocent.
Relatively innocent. Oh, man.
So how do you keep him likable?
You gotta give him enough of a reason for like why he's doing what he does.
Ooh,
so for example,
okay. So like a good reason why he can't die.
Yeah, it's like those those vampires that don't want to hurt people, but they need blood to survive. So they kind of try to do things in a way that you can't please everybody. But off the top of my head, right, I would make it so that it's like a father and a daughter.
Okay.
Right? And like he's the only person that's like taking care of this girl, and he needs to stay alive for her.
Why is he so afraid that he's gonna spontaneously drown, get shot, get stabbed?
Because he's a hitman.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So he's done this shit to people. And like what's happening is this is like his karma coming back in a way, but he's realizing that, oh shit, I have to stay alive for a daughter that I didn't know I had.
Oh,
you know
okay.
What I mean?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
like when we see the guy, he's like, we see somebody who's like very good at his job, and like very efficient at what he does. And I would look at him as kind of like for Pulp Fiction, for example. I look at him as like, you've seen Pulp Fiction, right?
Yeah.
You remember the I think his name was the Wolf. Was it Harvey Keitel's character?
Oh yeah.
And he's the guy you call when you got a dead body you want to get rid of and you don't want the cops to know, and or like you killed somebody, like a wife like accidentally shot her husband, and like, you know, you need to deal with that secretly, you call this guy. Or if you need somebody to disappear, you call this guy, right? So when we open, we see this guy very efficient and very good at what he does, right? And then, you know, towards the beginning of the second act, we realize that he has a daughter he had never knew anything about, and like she was left to him in some kind of weird like will or some shit like that, where her mom died. She's like, you gotta stay with your dad, and now she's with this person. She's with this guy, and he has to stay alive for her in certain ways. You have to find out. You find out for some reason that like he needs to stay alive for her, and the only way that he knows how to like avoid all of these things is by going and like doing this stuff.
I love it. I did not think I was
That's
like
my weakest one.
I love it too. I could think of no way to make this dude likable. The Walter White complex is a good point. Like, I guess there has been characters that have done objectively terrible things that there's not real rationalization for, but we still like them.
It
starts smaller,
right?
Make him remorseful,
right?
Also just make him cool.
the first kill he does has to like devastate him.
He has
to, like, fuck, like, you know what I mean? But then when somebody tries to do the same thing to him and he realizes that it doesn't work, then he learns in real time.
Or if he knows about the the immortality glitch, and maybe he is shot and is bleeding out, and it's like the only way he's gonna live through this scenario is by like shooting this someone who doesn't deserve it or whatever, but he does it and it tears him up inside.
Exactly.
But then he's like, I gotta stay alive for my daughters. So like then he just keeps. Then he gets to get away from him. He's now he's like thinking of like, oh man, what if I fucking choke to death? So he like arranges like serving peanuts to someone who is allergic so that they choke to death or whatever. He's just like, he's going more and more outlandish to make sure he gets more and more mortality buffs.
Like, how would he avoid things that aren't caused by human acts? Like, how would he avoid cancer? How would he avoid?
I guess he could put asbestos in somebody's house.
I guess.
Like,
make somebody smoke a bunch of cigarettes.
Well, that's the thing where it's like he's getting more, as the movie goes on, he gets more and more abstract for the kills he's doing. And it's like, this is never a danger to you. You were never gonna die like this.
Right.
So
exactly.
This is the descent into madness. I love it.
That was probably my weakest one.
Well, we're not done yet.
Yeah.
Mike, so go ahead and give it a spin. All right, so that was green. We already did green. So go ahead and spin again.
Light purple. Is there a dark purple?
Other than the lead, the cast has to be made entirely of TikTokers and streamers.
Other than the lead. Oh, yeah, we never talked about the lead.
Yeah.
So the lead for this one, I would give it to... And see, the thing is, man... So other than the lead, they have to be all what? TikTok stars?
TikTokers or streamers?
TikTokers or streamers. Okay. So that's a shitty movie.
You can respin, but then someone else is going to be stuck with this.
Right. No, that's true. Other than the lead, the cast has to be made entirely of TikTokers and streamers.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for Jordan Peele.
Can you pull it out of them? Can you pull out a performance from them?
So I mean,
you can pick the TikTokers and streamers. Maybe there's some TikToker streamers out there who's got some acting potential.
I would give the lead to what's his name? Sterling K. Brown.
Okay.
He was in that show This Is Us.
Okay. Oh yeah.
He was the brother in American Fiction. Mm-hmm. He was also T'Chaka's brother in Black Panther, the first Black Panther. So I would make Sterling K. Brown the lead. Mm-hmm. And then if we're talking streamers, then I would put all of them in there, like Aiden Ross, Kai Cenat. We'd put Duke Dennis in there. We'd put DDG. And these would be
Whole
all
FaZe
of
Clan.
these would be all of the people that are dying in the film.
Okay, all right, yeah. Okay, perfect. Yeah. I guess you don't need that many other like. The only other character that's really got like put on a good performance would be
Right.
like the daughter.
Right. No offense
Yeah.
to them.
Yeah. But it's like they just got no experience. Yeah.
Right. But
Yeah.
like that's the movie, and it's like
Yeah.
it would be one of those things where it'd be like you'd want to be in this movie
Yeah.
and dying in some horrific
Yeah.
way. Like that's
Okay.
It's a rite of passage.
All right. You know what? I think this is a good movie for that debuff.
Yeah, and I think as weak as that pitch was, I feel like Jordan Peele would do great with that.
You got me interested. All right, we got three
Oh, man.
prompts left.
Okay. Adaptation of the game Pong. Cannot be a sports movie and has to be an. Okay. I'm giving the adaptation of the game Pong to Christopher Nolan because if
Okay.
somebody is going to make a non-tennis movie about a tennis game, it's Christopher Nolan.
Okay, fair, yeah.
Okay? Because I think he just knows dense. He knows dense.
It also gives him a lot of creative freedom
Yes.
to kind of do whatever he wants.
And he just knows dense material as far as film is concerned, and he knows how to make the dense seem relatively digestible, which is subjective. You know what I mean? A lot of people, like Oppenheimer, could have easily gone over a lot of people's heads, but I feel like he made it in a way that was able for most people to follow along, and he turned what could have been this extremely like difficult film into a summer blockbuster, which is not easy to do. So I feel like if anybody can do the game of Pong, so I'm assuming that after watching the film, you have to have a collective a feeling that you have also experienced the story of Pong itself.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, how do you think he's interpreting it? Like it's black screen, 2 white lines, a ball that's passed back and forth until one of them no longer catches it. How would you artistically interpret that?
The most I can say, and I don't know if I can go any deeper, but I think Nolan goes back to space for this one.
Okay, that's also what I was thinking. I was like, this gotta be space related.
I think
somehow.
Nolan goes back to space for this one, and it's not necessarily an Interstellar sequel, but like a spiritual succession to Interstellar that is like complete. Like I feel like we leave Earth for this one.
Okay, yeah.
And like we are not on Earth at all for this one, and like we're either on a recently human colonized alien planet, or we are en route to one.
Okay.
And there is like the ball is the people that are
This is the
traveling.
ship. Okay.
And the 2 white lines are the destinations.
Okay.
That's how.
And maybe they get like kind of thrown back and forth between destinations
for various reasons, and it's about like where. You know, that's what I would say.
Okay. All right.
That's
like it.
all I got.
I was thinking it's gotta be space too with the black background, easy
Yeah.
space. Like you're in the void of nothingness.
We see alien life in this film, and I feel like one of the main aliens is like Benedict Cumberbatch.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
And then like one of the main like people on the ship is who's the current Spider-Man? Tom Holland. Tom Holland. I was gonna say Hiddleston. Tom Hiddleston and Holland are on the ship.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll put them both on the ship.
Who's the lead?
Hiddleston.
Okay.
He's the captain. Holland is the like scrappy co-lead, like intern learning from the captain character. And then we got Edo Edeberry from The Bear.
Okay.
She's also on the ship. I
like this. I like this idea of like the movie is told through the perspective of the ball, and then the thing moving the paddles would be like fourth dimensional beings out of our comprehension of like we don't understand why we're being.
One side is where like I look at like one side is where the ball came from, and the other side is where the ball is going. But for some reason, they keep getting bounced back and forth for different reasons.
I love that. I think that's the best way you're going to interpret that. So
because these are difficult, they get harder and harder. Okay, so board. Okay, oh yeah, we got.
It's about to get a little harder because we got to spin for the poison pill.
You're absolutely right, David. Cillian Murphy would absolutely be in that film, but I would put him as an alien nemesis this time that kind of like on one side you have the good alien, which is Benedict Cumberbatch, and on the other side you have the bad alien, which is Cillian Murphy, and they're stuck between these two aliens. That's what I would do.
This one might be your first reroll. So we got red, so I just went to the closest color that we haven't used yet. Soundtrack has to be made entirely out of license-free music.
That's easy.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, because no one has that ear, so he can just go through a bunch of shit and find something that sticks.
Go through license-free sound.
Yeah,
sound archives?
absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's some type of cinematic score laid deep within like royalty-free music library somewhere.
Okay.
That
yeah.
can
No.
make
No
this
Hans
work.
Zimmer on this one.
No. No.
Okay. All right. Down to
All
our
right.
final two.
Okay, I mean, all right. It's kind of easy. So the boardroom meeting with about increasing shareholder value. What does that mean?
You seen 12 Angry Men?
Yes.
Instead of them like a bunch of dudes sitting around debating on the validity of the law case, think of it like business guys talking about how they can increase shareholder value for whatever company. It can be for whatever company.
Okay.
But the general conversation topic has to be increasing shareholder value.
And it doesn't have to be in that room, but it just has to be on that floor,
on
right?
that floor, yeah.
I'm gonna get at the Tarantino.
Okay.
Because I think Tarantino,
Master of dialogue.
I think he has the ability to make the dialogue interesting enough to make that work.
Okay.
And it would be a 12 Angry Men type approach where it's an ensemble cast of businessmen a la Wolf of Wall Street type. On the surface, it's about them trying to increase the shareholders and whatnot, but the movie itself is about all of the debauchery that takes place in that one floor in this office building. And it's like, it could be the top floor, so it's about like all of the shit that you don't see happening at the top of this boardroom, this business building, and it's about all of these like just nefarious people that are doing the wildest shit in this office building. So there's like drug use and just all types of hedonism going on a regular ass work day.
What is the company? What shareholder value are they increasing? What's the industry at least? It doesn't have to be like a real company, but what's the industry that they're in?
I would go, so like Tarantino, right? If you look at his films, he has all of these like different brands that he created that you see often in his films, like Apple cigarettes, something like that. So it would probably be like for Apple cigarettes.
Oh, okay.
Which would be a cool like final film, whatever shareholder value it is, it would be for one of the brands of what he created in his cinematic
I see.
universe.
Okay, cool. I like that.
And I feel like that would be dope.
Yeah,
and like the hedonism and stuff would come from the fact that like all these businessmen are like on crazy types of drugs, like they're doing wild shit, and they're just trying to figure out how to get more money. And it would just be this ultimate like conversation on like late stage capitalism.
Yeah.
And like where it could lead.
I like it. It's like something like a cigarette company where it's like their increasing shareholder value directly aligns with killing more people.
Exactly.
So it's like the kind of like the cold, callous nature of like
it would be for like Apple cigarettes.
Like how do we make this more addictive? How do we lobby Congress to like reduce the Surgeon General warning on cigarettes?
Right, and like they're talking about like the biggest crux of that conversation is to be like, how can we like sneak cigarette ads back into the zeitgeist?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so they're hiring certain influencers to come through and figure out how they can do that. But like one of the influencers is like really hot, so the dude wants to like smash and like, you know what I mean? And like maybe she's with it and like that kind of stuff.
You're selling me here.
It's a really like hedonistic. It would be like if Wolf of Wall Street never left that floor they were on. They were like throwing the. Remember they were throwing the little person on the fucking thing. Like imagine if they never left that floor and never went on the boat and never had that fucking drug overdose outside. Everything stayed placed in that one room and everybody was just doing cocaine and like trying to figure out how to make the cigarettes like sell these cigarettes more.
So two questions. One, who's our cast? You said ensemble, but like who's the lead and who are some of the supporting ones?
I would have something in my gut. It's like Robert Pattinson.
Okay.
Would be the lead. He's like a newly appointed COO of Apple cigarettes.
Okay.
And it's his job to like usher them into the
new era.
The new era.
Okay.
And then he's got somebody who missed out on that opportunity, who wanted his job, and that would be Matt Damon. So like he's like trying to sabotage, his ideas and stuff like that. And then I would also have Tarantino would do a cameo of like somebody who's like against Apple cigarettes
Okay.
and like wants them to be disbanded.
Okay.
And then I would also have Dua Lipa play one of the influencers. They want to
Okay. All right.
sell it. And then because the cool thing about Tarantino is that he knows how to like find stars and like cast people that will go on to be stars. So a lot of that cast would be unknown, but yeah, it would be Robert Pattinson, Matt Damon.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And then obviously the last one goes to.
Well, we're not quite done
caveat,
here.
Right?
But my other question is this: is like, how does the movie conclude? Like, what's the climax? What's the resolution? How do you escalate this to a reasonable conclusion?
Now, see, it's Tarantino, right? I feel like the debauchery reaches such a crescendo that at some point somebody overdoses and it gets to a point where it's like, now we have to figure out how to, get rid of this body instead of, and then it ends with them figuring out how to get rid of the body. And then when everybody's all like tired and shit, they just pull out an Apple cigarette, start smoking.
I like it.
So it's one of those things where it's like, maybe we don't see how they increase their shareholding.
Yeah.
It's more about
the journey,
the attempts, than it is about the resolution.
Yeah. And have some parallels between like
they get harder. These get harder.
Have some parallels between like the depravity of like them, not caring about caring more about getting rid of the body than the person who died, paralleling to the increasing shareholder value over the human cost.
Exactly.
Yeah,
there
I like
go.
that.
And late stage capitalism, man.
But go ahead and spin for the final two poison pills here. Final two debuffs. And again, I'll just go with whatever color is closest to it. We did... Okay, the next closest one would be dark purple.
Okay.
And so you can swap... I'll just show you...
if there was a dark purple.
I'll show you what the last two are. So you can swap these because you have one reroll. So the one that it landed on though was the lead actor never learns their lines. They either have to improv or have every line fed to them.
If that's the case, I'm going to change my lead actor to Samuel L. Jackson because that is not a problem for him.
Okay, all right.
Not a problem for him at all.
All right.
And I feel like, they've made entire films like that.
Okay, so I'll keep with the last one as a secret then until the very end.
He is the newly appointed first black CEO of Apple Cigarettes, and it is his job to increase the market value of Apple Cigarettes. But he's getting such backlash because people are calling him out for making cigarettes, like making people buy cigarettes again, and he's getting a lot of shit because he's like the first black CEO.
He's like hurting his own community or whatever. Okay, all right, I like that.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
All right, so the last one has got to go to Denise Villeneuve, who is stuck with a surgeon who somehow passed his med school using ChatGPT and now has to actually perform his responsibilities at work. You still have to pitch me as why this movie would work.
So the reason why I think this movie would work is because it's Denis' first truly grounded film.
Okay.
And so I think people would come out to see it just for that.
Okay.
Because Denis is scale. Like, Denis' stuff is always off planet. It's either it has something to do with other worlds coming to us or us going to other worlds.
Okay.
Right? Or on other worlds completely. Like, Denis rarely does anything about something that just happens on Earth.
I see. Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? So all of the advertising would be centered around Denis Villeneuve's first grounded picture.
Okay. All right.
You know what I mean? But because of his track record and the trust and cachet that he's built as a director, I think he would still be able to breathe enough scale into this picture to make it worthwhile. And I think the true draw of this would be how realistic all the surgery scenes look.
Okay.
And he would, like, most of the money would be spent on making the surgeries look as real as possible.
Okay.
And from the perspective of somebody who's never done surgery before, so it would be like can you imagine doing a surgery right now?
No.
Like, there's a movie that you would like. It's called Blue Ruin, and it's about a dude who, and let me know, chat, if y'all have ever seen Blue Ruin, but it's about this dude whose parents get killed, and the movie is about him trying to exact revenge on the people that killed his parents. But the catch of the film is he's a regular dude like you or me trying to do that. And so when you have movies like that, usually it's people like John Wick and stuff like that who are super skilled at, like, you know what I mean? If they were to get shot, they can do some self-surgery on themselves and keep moving. But, like, if you got shot in the arm right now, would you know how to remove the bullet and stop the bleeding?
No.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And if you tried to,
it'd probably make it worse.
You'd probably make it worse. And that's what Blue Ruin is about.
Okay.
And it's like he'll like stick something in his arm and it'll just continue to bleed profusely. And then the next scene, he's like waking up in a hospital because he really fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that Denis, like the scale that he puts into shooting off-world and off-planet would get concentrated into the body, into surgery and what the arteries look like, and really give a first-hand account on what it would be like to be somebody who is completely unqualified performing a surgery. And just how catastrophic that would be. The Sale would be Denis' first grounded film.
Okay, how does it end? What's the climax of the movie?
It ends with the guy actually doing a fucking good job.
Oh, okay, all right.
And like by like sheer luck.
Yeah.
I think it ends with him doing such a good job that he gets made like head surgeon of a place. And like they're like, okay, so now we got to do like brain surgery. And he's just like, fuck.
Yeah, and it ends right there.
Yeah, like you got to remove a brain tumor. Like,
who are we casting? Who's the lead?
I would give that to. I think Chalamet would do good with that.
Okay.
I think Timothy Chalamet would do good with that, and they already work good together. Him and Denis. Or I would give that to Schwarzenegger's kid, who was just in White Lotus.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I'd give that to him as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you ready to see what the last debuff is?
Let's see.
This is my favorite one too.
This was a lot of fun.
And I'm very curious. You still have to make this debuff work though, and
God.
I'm curious to see how you're gonna do it. Must somehow connect in a meaningful way to the MCU.
Well, Denis doing MCU is already a crime.
How does this connect to the MCU in a meaningful way?
I mean, that's easy, bro. Like, you find out that the person that he has to do brain surgery on is Professor Charles Xavier.
Oh!
And that's in the final credit of the scene.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
Go.
And that goes directly into a scene from the X-Men movie where like it's he comes out of surgery.
There you go.
And it was like somehow successful.
Right.
Okay. I like that we save that to the end. Okay.
Yeah, you watch the whole movie and then you stay for the end credits and you see fucking Patrick Stewart.
Referred to as Charles Xavier.
I have a brain tumor.
Roll credits. Charles Xavier will return in Endgame.
Exactly. There you go.
Dan the Surgeon will return in Endgame.
With or out his brain tumor. With or without his brain tumor.
Dan the Surgeon will return in Secret Wars.
Dan the Surgeon. There you go. Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, these are great.
This was fun, man.
Okay, cool.
Would I watch any of these movies? Okay, so out of all of these movies,
yeah,
I think the best one that could actually work is the trash can coming of age story. Honestly, I feel like Greta could kill that.
Okay.
I feel like it'll like. Do you remember Sid the Snail or whatever the fuck movie that was? What was the snail movie? Something the Shell movie.
Oh
Shell
yeah, I know what
movie.
you're talking about. Yeah.
Marcel the Shell.
Oh,
I feel like it'd be like a Marcel the Shell, but just
right.
with garbage and sentient trash. But I also feel like it would be like, yo, like clean up, stop littering. Type shit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's got a
or your trash will come to life.
Yeah. My favorite one is actually the Ryan Coogler New York DJ.
Really? I feel like that would be dope too.
Yeah.
And I feel, like I said, I think Ryan would have another Sinners on his hands.
Yeah.
Making another period piece, period piece. It'd be like late 80s New York City.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Ryan, hit my email. This idea could be yours.
Ryan, let's make this up, bro. I'm trying to be a PA, man. I'll just come and consult. I'll do scripty, whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I feel like that would be another hit. My least favorite is the fucking the immortality guy.
Okay.
Like that one. I do also feel like the boardroom meeting could be dope. Like like a one location Wolf of Wall Street type shit, because people are already doing that, bro. Like people at the highest places of business are in there doing cocaine and like having prostitutes come through and all types of shit, male, female prostitutes, all types of shit. Yeah. So
honestly,
I feel like it'd be a window into that.
I would watch any of these. I think all these sound good.
Well, yeah, I tried, man. I tried.
This is great. Chat, what's your favorite?
Chat. You let me know. Let me know which ones you'd want to see. I also would not direct any one of these. I should also.
Yeah, they were built to be terrible ideas, and so I'm very impressed that you were able to like sell me on all.
Would
of
you
them.
have done any different?
Yeah.
I would like. How would you just blaze through them? You don't gotta give.
I would have given Quentin Tarantino this one because I feel like this has a dark comedy prospect to it, and he does dark comedies really well. So I feel like he could go for like a funny, hyper-violent angle.
That boardroom meeting could be dark too, though. That could be comedic.
It could be. I would actually give that to Christopher Nolan.
Interesting.
Because he does such big, grandiose movies. I would love to see what he did with like a super restrained budget. Kind of going back to like The Following was his first movie that he did. I'd like to see him kind of like return to his roots and try like a super simple, held up on the dialogue or whatever. Greta, this is perfect pairing for Greta Gerwig.
I think she would kill that.
Nailed that one.
I think she would kill that.
I would give the Pong adaptation. Oh no, I would give that to Denis Villeneuve.
Trash Can the movie is going to be a timeless classic. The next Brave Little Toaster, and we need a Brave. You probably don't know shit about the Brave Little Toaster. You know the Brave Little Toaster? All right, cool. People don't know about the Brave Little Toaster, man. Like the Brave Little Toaster is a classic. They need to do that, and like you said, in live action, I think it would be dope. Marcel the Shell would be the inspiration for that. Like,
Denis
great
Villeneuve
voice actors too.
For Pong, similar reasoning with Nolan, like he just does, like you're saying, he does big sci-fi things like that. I think he could do something cool with it.
I think the Pong movie is off Earth, like it has to be.
Yeah, and then I think I still give this one to Ryan
I'm
Coogler.
telling you, that New York DJ movie would be dope. It would be a great follow-up. If he came out with this shit after Sinners, I wouldn't even bat an eye. Like I think that would be a perfect like follow-up to Sinners.
And then I guess then I give the Jordan Peele ChatGPT. I guess that's the pairing I give there. Not for any particular reason, just because those are the two that are left. But I also feel like he could do something cool with that.
Yeah. This was a great game, man.
I'm